Hello, thank you for joining me. The question here says a projectile is fired at an angle of 30 degrees to the horizontal with a velocity of 40 meters per second. After 1 second, calculate the vertical velocity, B, the horizontal velocity, and C, the component of its velocity attained. Now, for us to solve this, we are going to apply direct formulas to solve the A and B first. So, the first question A here says we should find the vertical velocity. So, the formula to find vertical velocity when time is given is Vy is equal to U sine theta minus GT. We're using negative value here because it is going upward, meaning it is going against gravity. So that is why the formula has to be negative GT. So now, the value of the initial velocity U is 40, as you can see here. So the initial velocity is 40 and the angle is 30 degrees. We are given acceleration due to gravity as 10. So we can now substitute our values. So I now have Vy is equal to 40, which is the initial velocity, multiplied by sine 30. That's the angle of projection. Then minus G is 10. And then times the time. We are told that after 1 second. So don't forget after 1 second. That's what the question is asking. So that Vy will be equal to 40 times sine 30 is 0.5. And then minus 10 times 1 is 10. So this will give me 20. 40 multiplied by 0.5 is 20 minus 10. And that will give me the vertical velocity as 10 meter per second. So this is the value for the vertical velocity. Now let's go to the second question, B part of the question. And that is asking for the horizontal velocity. You can see that it says the horizontal velocity. Now the horizontal velocity is constant throughout the motion. Don't forget that statement. The horizontal velocity is constant throughout the motion and it is independent of G. It is simply given as U cos theta. So it does not depend on G, and time too does not affect it. So this is just the formula to get the horizontal velocity, which is constant throughout the motion. And that will be equal to U, which is 40. The initial velocity is 40 times cos 30. The angle is 30 degrees. So that will be equal to 40 times the cosine of 30 is 0.866. And from there we have the value of the horizontal velocity as 40 multiplied by 0.866 will give us 34.64. So I have 34.64 meter per second as the horizontal velocity. And then finally, the C part of the question. That C part is asking us to find the components of the velocity attained. This invariably means that we should find the resultant velocity now. Resultant velocity. So we have the vertical velocity as 10 meters per second. We have the horizontal velocity as 34.64 meters per second. Now we go ahead and find the result of these two velocities. So that will be V, which is the component velocity now, will be equal to the square root of these other two velocities squared. That is 10 squared. That is the vertical velocity squared. Okay, let me put the formula first. The vertical velocity squared plus the horizontal velocity squared. So this is the formula to get the final velocity, the resultant velocity, which is the component of the velocity attained. So now I can go ahead and substitute the values. So the vertical velocity is 10, so we square it, plus the horizontal velocity is 34.64, 34.64 all squared. And that will give us the square root of 10 squared is 100 plus 34.64 squared will give us approximately 1,200. So we can approximate as 1,200 when we get the value from our calculator. And then this can be worked further as the square root of 1,300. So that is the value of V. And the square root of 1,300 will simply give us 36 meter per second. And this is the final answer for the resultant velocity. Hope you enjoyed this video under projectile. Please don't forget to like and share this video so that others can learn from it. And don't forget to join me in my next video. Thank you for watching.